that. Y'all should have just got a little pop-up. So just click OK on that. And hello, welcome to our community conversation. This is the time we set aside every week to get together as a community and share whatever updates have happened in our lives and in our farms for the previous week or two, or whenever the last time we were on the conversation. And then we get updates from the various self-generating committees that we've just created to get stuff a little organized. And then we get into garden planning. So I wanted to kind of start us off, though, if you don't mind, with Mark has a story to share about going to the dentist. We're going to start right there.
Okay. So I went to the dentist and I was like feeling wonderful and feeling like energetic and everything like I normally do. And they took my blood pressure at the dentist's office. And the lady goes, "Oh my gosh, that's really high. Let me take it on another arm or your other arm with another thing and whatever." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, this is really high. And we really can't work on your teeth with it this high because we're fearful that you might have complications. And it's possible to have a stroke or even a heart attack." So I was like, "Oh, great. Thank you for not fixing my teeth and thank you for not whatever." But it was like all of a sudden I had to think about me, and I started thinking, well, I do need to get this tooth fixed, but I also need to understand what this blood pressure stuff is and if I am in serious danger or whatever. So it's kind of cool. I was doing my Facebook like the next morning, not knowing what the next step was. Go to a doctor, get me a cuff and start taking my blood pressure or whatever. And I'm going through my Facebook and my people that I follow. There's a doctor that I follow. And I really love the way he handled the pandemic thing. You know, me and him were just like exactly the same. He's like, your immune system, take care of yourself. And he is a doctor and his wife is a nurse, have both chosen not to take the vaccines. And so they like are getting fired from their jobs and all that stuff. So anyway, I just liked the way he approached life. And on that morning, he said he was starting a new master craft presentation like this, a Zoom call, but he's a doctor. The very next day, or even that night, I think, about how to deal with your blood pressure and how to deal with your cholesterol and how to deal with all your stuff and the myths and everything. So I'm like, wow, this is perfect. I love this doctor. I'm going to sign up for this course. And then all of a sudden, I just started being really excited about I was watching this doctor, okay? He starts telling me everything that I know. He starts talking about the soil. He's talking about the food. He's talking about how your people are spiking their sugar and all these people's testimonies of how they'd recovered from taking statin drugs and taking all kinds of, chemicals in their body. And they were getting better and they were no longer feeling inflammation in their body and they weren't having a lot of challenges because they were learning to deal with their blood pressure. And I'm going, wow, this is perfect. So I was on the first day because it was a 3-day meeting. And the first day, everything the doctor said, I enjoyed. And he really used the soil as the analysis, or the soil for the way he created the story was, your heart is the tree of life. And it feeds every part of your body. And it really operates on way higher principles than we even understand. But we as Americans in the American diet were killing our hearts. And we're falling apart because of it. So I have all this stuff going for me, right? I got an organic farm, I got growers, I have everything necessary to actually make an impact on my generation and y'all's generation, wherever you fall, and building a future with everybody coming together. The older people, the younger people, the middle-aged people, people with kids, people with no kids, but coming together and really start battling the real problem with one of the real essential problems with the world we live in today is our food, and not being healthy because of it. And so, like Maggie's recording this right now, this young doctor guy that I love to watch, he makes me laugh. I mean, I literally was almost falling on the floor laughing so hard about, you know, the way people try to handle these kind of challenges like I need to handle with my blood pressure. And it's just become a real conversation now here at Maggie's house. We're talking to our roommate about, you know, he's already really healthy into his heart stuff. So I'm like, great. But he buys all of his food elsewhere, organic, you know, from the store, because that's all he knows. So what I'm trying to put together is, I am a man who needs to fix my body. And I have a community of people, young and old and whatever, that I would like to present as support to not only my body and my own development, but to y'all's development. And you're all getting healthy in the world that we're living in, and all having good food. And I'm going to document my recovery. I'm going to start taking my blood pressure in the morning. I'm going to start going by diets. I'm going to start understanding all the stuff about my my machine, this machine. And as I'm learning to take care of my machinery, y'all's going to be being exposed to the fact that y'all getting older too, and you got machinery, and your machinery in the world that we're living in is wearing down quick. It's like there's no middle zone. It's like we're all out. We're going 100 miles an hour, and the food even makes it where we're going 100 miles an hour into brick walls, and we're suffering the consequences of it. So that's kind of my deal. Is I'm going to be getting better, and I'm going to be asking people to consider their own health and possibly come along on a journey with me and with the community, if they want to, on how to really improve their lifestyle, at least the physical sides of it, which I think will greatly affect the emotional sides of it and the financial sides of it. You know, taking on all of this stuff in a joint effort. I would like for you to come along for the ride in whatever facet you would like to participate. If it be, you know, just saying, hey, Mark, keep me accountable. Are you taking care of yourself? Or hey, guess what? I made some really good food. Would you like a bite of it? But it has to be in your diet. Stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's kind of my deal. And as far as the brags, you know, this has been kind of like a confrontation, but I so enjoy working with the community, with y'all. I just love working with you. So it was really easy for me to embrace this challenge, this fear. And I've been living with it for about 3 years, because they told me like 3 years ago that there's all kinds of signs. So I got to get on it, and getting on it means, yay, come on team, pump me up, take me over the finish line. Yay. Anyway, that's it.
We got you.
Hey, Mark. Hey, go. Hey, Mark.
Good.
How you doing? All right.
All right, so that's Mark's accomplishment and brag for the week. Sorry. You know, like taking responsibility for one's well-being is like huge. And I have been not being responsible for my own well-being as well. So this is a journey, you know, this is a challenge for both Mark and I to take on together. And we're perfectly positioned to be able to do this in such a fashion that we can grow most of the food ourselves. right? We've been kind of in this inquiry of like, well, are we going to do a market garden? Are we going to do a produce stand? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? So like for me, for now, that question's answered. We're going to have a garden to feed ourselves. And I think it'll be really interesting if we incorporate, if that gets incorporated into, you know, our whole community's way of eating. Because, you know, what we've been saying for a while is that we're really promoting a lifestyle movement. Because this is the consumerist, consumptive lifestyle that most of our nation lives is not sustainable. It's actually destroying our planet and our species. So now's the time to quit being hypocrites and start actually doing living a little, you know, living more sustainably by growing our own food. Because we say food is medicine, food is health. So there we go. So I forgot to do something. I forgot to do introductions. So since we're doing this whole recording thing, let's do some introductions and then we can hop into, I'm sorry, accomplishments and brags. So you heard Mark talking. Mark is?
I am Mark Samborski. I'm the owner of Antioch Urban Growers and loving it.
Good. And I am Maggie St. John, soon to be Samborski if we ever get our stuff together and get a wedding plan. So I own a Green Goddess Sanctuary, which has been my, it's just been my cradle as I come screaming hot mess out of corporate America and trying to figure out a different way to live in just about every single facet of how I knew to organize my life. So this is my sanctuary, and here I have chickens and I have ducks and I have goats and I have dogs and cats and a roommate and another roommate. And I have lots of really great neighbors and issues with local municipality and policies and politics and all that kind of stuff. So I'm up to, it all started with the desire to feed people food that wouldn't kill them. And that's still a pretty big desire, but now it's really evolved into, we need to massively overhaul the way we approach our food and our agriculture system as a planet. And
Yeah.
I am determined to cause that to be a reality for the survival of our species and the survival of our planet.
As we know it.
So that's what I'm up to in the world. Who else wants to introduce themselves? Go.
I'm Dustin, and you welcomed me in this week, so I'm just gonna try to do my part and see how we go from here.
Good. Thank you. Welcome. Introductions.
I'm Dan, and got 61 days clean, and that's my main goal right now. Just staying on track. So this is success of the rest of my life. I appreciate everyone's help.
I'm always a shoulder here for anybody that needs me.
Yay. Thank you. Welcome, Dan. Next introduction.
Mac, you
I'm
might
Jess
want to-
Russell. Sorry.
Go ahead, Jess.
I have a background. I grew up doing homesteading on a little small holding in the Appalachians. I keep bees. I do wildcrafting. I teach edible plant and mushroom identification. I currently don't have any property, so I'm kind of living vicariously through everything you guys are doing. And I'm really, really excited to kind of learn more and move forward with y'all.
Yay. Welcome, Jess. Thank you for being here. Lizzie.
I'm Lizzie, and I am the kitchen witch, creating brews and concoctions for all to eat healthily and to nourish your soul. So this is all right up my alley. I am totally down with getting everybody healthy and why don't we just grow food for locavore for me to be able to feed all y'all? That'd be great. Right? Come full circle.
Maybe
And,
my time.
yeah, that's my mojo. Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yay. Welcome. Thank you, Lizzie. Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael. I am one of the farm hands for the greenhouse that Mark and Maggie work at. I'm also the sous chef of Locavore. I assist with the concoctions, brews, and the maintenance and upkeep of the food, the produce, along with kitchen productivity, along with assisting in any future plans when it comes to infrastructure and maintenance of grounds. My goal in being here is to also assist people in living a healthier life through food and assisting them in living to their fullest potential.
Yay. Thank you. Welcome, Michael. Mac.
I'm Mac, and I'm just a dirt farmer.
Thank you, Mac. Yay, Mac. Welcome. Abby, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yay. Introduce.
Okay, I'm Abby. I'm Maggie's sister. I am allergic to the city. And I'm a bookkeeper now, sort of. So I'm getting there.
Yay. Thank you. Welcome, Abby.
Mhm.
All right. Now we've got, I think, Kathy. Kathy, are you able to come off mute and introduce yourself or for posterity or just
I am.
good?
I can come off mute. I was fixing dinner. I'm Kathy. I'm an herbalist, a lover of life, grandmother, mother, of course, grower of all kinds of things, a massage therapist, and chef, you name it. And helper of the greenhouse. So that's my introduction.
Yay, Kathy. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And Eric, are you able to come off mute and introduce yourself?
Yes. I am dodging traffic at the moment. I'm Eric. Hi. That's all.
Awesome. Yay, Eric. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay. So now that we've got our introductions all underway, we've handled that. Accomplishments and brags for the week. I know for me, I see you. Hang on, Michael. For me, this week has been just a total and complete swirl. Like all of my daily practices have fallen out of my routine and I have just been like spinning like a top. It feels like not getting effective at anything. So I'm really excited to kind of get back into my routine today. It really provides a lot for me. And really last week was just New Year. Well, last week was just New Year's Eve, New Year's Day and all that. And I'm just trying to think of what else happened last week other than, Mark with the dentist appointment and discovering, getting a renewed commitment to our own well-being. I think that's the biggest thing to share about for the week. So that's my accomplishment or brag for the week. Next. Michael, you had your hand up. Go.
I've been building a drain system. I have successfully rebuilt a drainage system for a housing unit. I finished it a couple of days ago in preparation for a special surprise event that unfortunately, I'm sorry, but I cannot go into too much detail due to the fact that there is someone here who is actually going to be involved in it. I I recently have dug up a field that I plan to actually build a grow bed in. I have been studying for the past, my mysterious watch tells me about going on 5 days now of food agriculture, how we, and Mark, you actually touched on it, how we as a conglomerate mass of people living in the United States have depended upon food that may not be beneficial to our health or our life in the long run. I've been studying very attentively, like we're talking like almost 4 to 6 hours a day, just studying what certain foods are good for the body, boosting immune system, gut biomes, amino acids. I've been studying this religiously, and I have to say that us touching base on this today was nothing short of a miracle, because I just got off the phone with Liz only 30 minutes ago discussing this.
Yay, thank you, Michael. Mac, Dan, Dustin, you got your hands raised. What would you like to say? Accomplishments and brags.
Well, I've got the sheetrock up in the trailer, and tomorrow I'm gonna get the sheetrock up in the restrooms and get the plan going for what to do about the bunks, and possibly make a shower room too that we can get set up in there. So
Yay, thank you, Dustin. Congratulations.
Good job. Really good. And see, everybody can see that room that they're sitting in is the old burned out trailer. So it's got sheetrock in it and insulation. So that's been a lot of work, but I was amazed by your abilities to take care of that. Thank you so much,
I
Dustin.
still got a long way to go. I just got a little bit new. I get the tape up, and then the sheet, the covers for the lights and everything. It'll be a lot better in here.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good
You're
job.
welcome.
Yay!
While we have the floor, I would like to brag on my children because they cut a whole bunch of wood this week. But I'd also like to involve in that Mark was part of that, Kyle was part of that, Dustin and Dan were also part of that. And, you know, we probably got close to, I don't know, maybe 3.5 cords of wood cut. We cleaned up everything as far as all the wood piles in the parking lot, all the way down to the chicken coop. So, yeah, they got a lot accomplished this week, and I really wanted to brag on everyone for that. Thank you so much.
Yay, thank you, thank you, thank
Yay!
you. And welcome, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Carl, so you might have noticed when you came in that we're recording this because we're going to actually
Yeah.
upload it to YouTube or turn it into like a podcast. So
Well,
this is our
cool.
very first episode. Would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, this is Carl K, all the way from Columbia, Missouri, in my new condo.
Yay.
Yay!
And my latest brag is I don't have any hot water. It was
All
fun. It was fun when I moved in last week, but in about the last 3 days, I've been without any hot water. So I got some issues right off the bat. So other than that, it's going great.
Thank you, Carl.
Yeah.
Welcome to, thank you for being here.
Getting settled in. I almost forgot about it tonight. And I just, oh man, I got this tonight. So
Welcome.
yeah,
Thank you for being here.
no, you're quite welcome.
Good.
Congratulations on the first YouTube. adventure.
All right. Is there any other accomplishments or brags you'd like to share with us, Carl?
I'm just getting settled in, getting used to Columbia. I've been out and about on my bicycle. I've gotten a couple of new pieces of used furniture. I got a futon and a papasan chair at a used furniture place. And paintings all over the place, books all over the place, waiting for shelves patiently. Made some bread yesterday, made some cookies a couple of days before that. So yeah, just getting used to my new pad.
Good job, sir.
Yay, welcome. Thanks.
So Dan actually had one he would like to share, if that's okay.
That's awesome.
Me and Matt got busy and motivated earlier, and we decided to get the area typed up for the plants, and we completed that. It'll make it warmer there in the bunk room there. It's on the stove right now too. So we did get that accomplished, and like I said, I got 61 days. I feel good. I appreciate everybody's help. Mark, Maggie, Mac, Dustin, Kyle, everyone, Eric, everybody's been here. I appreciate everybody's help and keep me on the straight and narrow. And, you know, I'm getting my hours in at class, most of them for the most part. I've been a couple hours short here or there, but I've been learning a lot about myself and becoming more of a community person. And I've learned a lot from everyone. So thank you, everyone. And that's all I got right now.
Yay!
I got a couple
Yay,
songs.
big
I
dance.
think I can put balls.
Yay!
So did everybody hear him all right?
Yes.
Well said, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Well done, sir. All right, accomplishments and brags. What else?
So I kind of committed in the coming year to make more of my own clothing that's not made of plastic. So today I cut out an entire shirt. It's linen, it's 100% linen, and it fits. I got it fitted right on the first try, and I'm halfway through sewing it up. So that's kind of what I'm puttering with right now while we talk. But I want to kind of create a wardrobe that is stuff that I can make myself, that I can repair myself, where I'm not reliant on fast fashion and that's made of durable materials. So this is like nice heavy linen. It's going to be this lightweight long sleeve tunic that I can wear all summer. That's kind of one of the things I want to work on this year.
Good job.
Yay, good job, Jess. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Hey, Liz.
Need any help? Holler.
If you need
All
any
right.
more projects, just let me know. You can make me some shirts too. Just kidding.
Accomplishment
Okay.
and brag, Lizzie, you got one?
Sure, yeah, sure. Let's see, I didn't do much this week. I cooked a bunch of good foods. I pretty much held my household together because we've all been slowly becoming sick or out of commission or just unable to get to work. So my roommate, her car had to be taken back to the shop, and Dylan, obviously he hurt his foot, so he hasn't been able to drive his stick shift car with only one foot. And so I've been driving them back and forth. I've been courier most of the week this week. But yeah, that's been a huge accomplishment. I've been receiving so much gratitude. It feels wonderful.
Aww.
That's so awesome.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Thank you.
Abby, you got an accomplishment or a brag?
Well, I fixed my volume.
Yay! That's what
Oh.
was wrong, huh?
I caught a cold, so all of my weekly goals for the last couple of weeks have been shuffled around, and I'm buying weird things. So that and taking cold medicine is really difficult. But yeah, those are my weekly. And I sent your book.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yeah, I had to have the post lady help me. Because evidently you don't live in where you live in Kansas City.
Yeah, they don't like it that I don't live in Kansas City.
Yeah, so anyway,
Thank you.
that's my brag. And I talked to Mom.
Good.
So yeah, those are my brags.
Well done. Thank you.
Mhm.
Who hasn't gone yet? I know Kathy and Eric. Anybody else gone? Michael, have you gone?
Yeah, he did that.
Okay. Kathy?
Yep. I'm here. I'm not sure whether I'm muted or not.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Accomplishment or brag for the week?
There I go. Let me see. Lots of food from scratch. Lots of planting in the high tunnels. Still not done with getting them all done, but almost done. With the upper one, still have a lot to go on the lower one. Just a lot of great family time. Lots of peaceful events. Started practicing the keyboard again. I spent hours today practicing and playing the keyboard and instruments and just writing songs, all that kind of thing. So that's, oh, there's just so much this week that happened. It seems like there was peace, more peace between myself and my ex-husband at the family events. I saw things there that were way different in regards to relationship this week. So it's very, very good. I just enjoyed sharing with Mark the things that needed to be done at the greenhouse and hearing that you've gotten a lot of those done. That's always a highlight for me when I hear of all the things that have been done. Mac, Dan, I need the name again of the other gentleman that was this just here.
Dustin.
Anyway, Dustin, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, it's just awesome to see all of you participating, to the wood with the children. That was a delight to hear about. I am just so grateful for this community and seeing how each of us is responding and coming together. Michael, I was grateful to hear of your accomplishments. Liz, I was grateful to hear of your chauffeuring. And grateful just to be a part of all of this. So I think that's my brag for the week. Oh, I got one more. Joel is feeling much better. He's gotten down and fixed the place for the goat in the old chicken pen. So we've got 2 goats that are inside. Yay. Not enduring this extreme cold. We worked a little bit more on Dandy's shelter and got it a lot better. Put a windbreak up for Dandy. All of that got accomplished this week before the cold hit. And we got the bees wrapped. So left their door open, but Joel got down there and got them all, the houses wrapped up. So yay. I mean, that's just from where Joel has been feeling with the asthma to this week, it is tremendous breakthrough.
Yay. Good job.
Wow. Congratulations. Well done, Kathy and Joel and Tribe. Eric,
You gotta say you held his hand.
I do that a lot.
I'm just glad to be here.
I never seen you do it.
Oh, we do.
Really?
Mhm.
I never seen you do that.
you're not
Just
muted,
today, you know
Kathy.
that, right? Oh,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there you go. Eric, what do you got, accomplishment or brag? You dodging traffic again.
Yeah, you should see the amount of groceries I just carried in my arms because I didn't grab a cart. I think that's probably about it right at the moment.
Yay,
glad to-
well
I'm
done.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for being here. Welcome. Okay, that's everybody's accomplishments and brags, unless anybody has one more they've thought of. Burning desire to share. Okay, we'll move on to committee updates. So events, I kind of combined events and technology into the same committee since they're both me. But I did, Jess, I did create James an account out there and emailed it to him, although I have not been in contact with him in any other way. So he's probably like, what the hell? So that's my next step, is to get in contact with James on that.
Okay, when did that happen?
The next day after our last meeting, whenever he was on.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Because he said he hadn't heard from you. And I was like, well, maybe she's busy with the holiday, but now I'm wondering if I mistyped his email address. So I will forward one of your ones to him, and then hopefully that will.
Perfect. And I don't think I added him to the email distribution list, so I need to get him added to our email distribution list as well, so we can do that. Thank you, Jess. Events and so the only event we really have planned right now is the thing on January 17th, which we are intending to be an introduction, or at least a conversation about what is a CSA anyway. So the goal is to have it just be a conversation, and to maybe have people like Martha or James there connected via phone, since they don't do video. But that could be a really great way for them to share about their CSA, and for us to have a deadline to get some of the details worked out about what our CSA is going to be about. I do have a presentation I've been working on. Use us. And I've put all of our keywords out there that we came up with a few weeks ago, and I don't have it ready to share right now. So I'm going to pass on to the next committee, which is the infrastructure committee, and I'm going to go look up that the presentation to share with y'all. And Mac, did you have a question or something to say about the events and technology?
I did have a question. What time is that event?
Oh, we were gonna do it in as part at the same time this call is, instead of doing our weekly call that night is gonna be the conversation with what is the CSA anyway. And that date hasn't been published anywhere yet. So it might shift as we figure out what all activities need to happen before that date, and if we have time to get them all done. So, but keep it in your, and if anybody wants to work with me on putting that presentation together, is familiar with Canva, and I'm doing it on Canva, which is this great online app for putting together all sorts of graphic art. And it's a free app. So all you have to do is create a free account out there. But that would be really great to have a collaborator or somebody in collaboration on what that's going to look like, so we can just co-work on it and not have it all be one person. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. And we'll move on to infrastructure, and I'll get that presentation pulled up. So infrastructure committee update.
Mac, right?
So like Dan said, we did get the plastic hung around the rocket stove so we can move, and he did get the more warmer requiring plants into that area. So that's all set up. We got that done. Like I said, we got the parking lot cleaned up. We do have some maintenance in the lower tunnel we need to address, Mark, as far as the roof and how we're going to fix that. So if you got some time this week, we need to work that in. Let's see, what else? I don't know. That's about it for right now. We're going to try to catch as much. Say again?
Survival rates in the bottom greenhouse is pretty good.
One more time.
The survival rate in the bottom greenhouse was much better than expected, I believe, on the plants.
Oh, yeah. You're right. It looked a lot better from my oopsie. But it's bouncing back good. That's just really well. It's just why we got to address that issue as soon as possible this week of the roof. Figure out how we're going to either patch it or replace it. I'll look at it. So we'll have to figure that out and how we're going to get that 30-foot section resealed and buttoned down.
Let's look at that tomorrow.
Is there anything else you can think of, Mark?
Well, just some maintenance as far as the cold weather maintenance. I just noticed like one of the doors on the upper greenhouse, the back door was broken, probably because someone got kind of the door jamb got frozen and somebody just like pulled on it or pushed on it a little heavy. So just some maintenance when we're going in or out of the doors at the greenhouse. If we have a shovel and clean out wherever the ice is, it makes the doors work better.
Oh, yeah. I'll take care of it.
Oh yeah, and then right now with the weather extremes going high and low, we're going to get a lot of ice tomorrow. So tonight there'll be a lot of slick spots in the morning. So please, everybody, be cautious on the sidewalks and in coming in or out of the greenhouse, because I almost slipped on my butt a couple of times a day. And for the next few days, rest of the year, let's try to keep that where we don't get anybody hurt or anything coming in and out.
If anybody has any road salt for their driveway or whatever that, they've salted their sidewalks and driveways that can donate to the parking lot, the more, the faster we get that on there with, it's supposed to be warm tomorrow. It'll help melt that off and we can, shovel slush a lot easier than we can shovel ice.
Yep.
Agreed. All right. Thank you. Good.
Yeah, I think that's it as far as maintenance goes.
All right, good. Thank you. Okay, the next committee is the garden committee.
Okay. So how are we doing on the wildflower planting? Did Nick get those in? Do we know?
I have not seen Heidner, Hair, and Nick in a week or so. So no, that did not get done.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, now it's time to get the cuttings in. So our elderberry cuttings, our aronia cuttings during the next couple weeks. What we haven't gotten done, the blackberries, this is just a good time to get them in and get them going. I got a few more in here. We can still plant some garlic if we need more. I've got some here if we need to get it over there. I can send Joel. If it's not, I mean, Joel doesn't mind driving on icy roads, I do. But that should be the last of that. Then I need to know, you said everything came through pretty good? Did you get all the low tunnels on of everything?
Yeah.
No, it pretty much survived without the low tunnels. We had.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it really was. We may have lost some peas, but and then maybe the lettuce that was already getting kind of old anyway, but everything else I think made it.
Okay, well, if we can get the low tunnels on, that would be even better, because we're gonna continue to have cold weather. We're ramping up to more cold weather, so it'd be really important to get those low tunnels on under that roof.
Yeah.
So do you have the supplies to do all that?
We could use some poles, some PVC poles, tent poles.
I use 1/2-inch PVC. It's what I use.
Right. We're
And I use the 10-foot
running kind of
sections. How many do we think we need?
Well,
How many?
actually,
Do we have a count for those?
I can get measurement.
I need at least 25.
Mac, we really don't have much growing in those that are, I think even with a low, all we need is a little piece of plastic over it. We don't even need, or some little spacer. We don't even need that much space, because row number 1, or garden bed number 1, where the onions are and the kale, it has that fence already over it. So we really, it doesn't need any there. And the rest of the rows are, the stuff's only about 2 inches tall. So we could use something else, even just pieces of plastic over it for the real cold nights, because I think they'll be okay until they get bigger than that.
Do you have enough
Okay.
plastic, Mark?
We should have enough plastic to get that done.
Okay. So we still need the 25 poles for later on this spring.
That's possible, yes. It would never
Do you
hurt. I
have
just
a
don't think
1/2
we put it away.
Well, we've got at least 8 beds that don't have fencing down the middle of them that are going to need to be covered. So, you know, that's why I said 25 poles. They don't have to be more than, 5.5 feet, because that's the width of the bed. And if we get bigger ones, we can hoop 3 tunnels or 3 beds in one tunnel.
Well, the PVC is 10 foot long.
Yeah, that'll work. We can hump.
And so I just,
if it's 10 foot long, then we get 5 foot on height. So yeah, we can do 2. So that's 2, 4, 6, 10. That'll cover the 3 rows in the middle that don't have fencing down the center of them. And then another 3,
Okay.
so 13 total.
so
'cause
we
that'll
need
do
10 instead of 25.
No, we need 13. 10 will do 3 rows, which is 4, 5, and 6, and then 3 more for row 2, because it doesn't have anything. And those are the ones that don't have fencing down the center of them. And the other ones, we have enough. The 4 on the southeast corner, we have enough to cover. So 13 ought to do it.
Okay. Is there money,
have
Mark
that
and
many?
Maggie?
So we need to work out some sort
Or
of
do
a
we just,
budget.
do I need to just,
No, we just need to work out a budget. So I would like to get all of these things identified so we can figure out, because there is a finite amount of money. It's not an infinite amount of money. So we need to make sure that we're spending it very, very wisely. So yes, there is money, Kathy, and no, I'm not going to release those funds until we have a plan in place for the whole season of what we're gonna need to purchase and how we're gonna pay for it.
If I may, real quick, it's Eric.
Yep.
I may have a substitute for PVC. I'll get with you, Mac, on that. I plan on being there in the morning. So if you'll be there in the morning, try to help remind me of that. And whoa, whew. God, that was pretty impressive. I should brag about that. Ice skating, I've never learned. Anyway, I think I have a substitute for the low tunnel. You're talking about just a little worm tunnel, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think I may have something.
I
for
don't
you.
think. Okay. I don't think they would be more than $25, $30. Because
Okay,
I
well-
get a discount on that. I
I'll
think
take
they're
that.
$265 and I get 25% off.
Thank you.
Hey, Eric, those poles you got down there by your, by the trailer, by your door, is that what those are for?
No, you're talking about, well, I have several, so I don't know which exactly ones you're talking about. Like I said, let's get together in the morning. Are you going to be around in the morning?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get together. Help me remember, and we'll figure something out. I know we got something there.
Gotta stop that. They'll throw me in the
And good, and let me know if that
So
works or
will you
doesn't
guys-
work. Let me know if that works or doesn't work, and then we will come up with something else, okay?
That
Thank
sounds good.
Yeah, me too. Me too, so that I know what to do.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause we
Oh,
want to get
also,
that covered. We want to keep everything growing.
yeah, Kathy, I'll be getting a hold of you. You said something about wanting
Go
the
ahead.
fence panels, so that would be good. I'm not sure if, well, I have you on Signal, I guess, so I'll contact you later.
Okay. Okay, sounds great.
All right, good. Any other
Okay,
garden?
so the next,
committee
the
updates?
next,
Okay.
the next couple week is just keep everything warm. Get any wildflowers planted, any cuttings that we can still do planted. But mainly stay warm ourselves. This is the time of year for the next couple weeks that I take a small break. So it's maintenance, wildflowers, cuttings, and then towards the end of January, middle of January, I start getting tomato plants and everything else. And I know that's a lot earlier, Mark, than you do. But that's what I get so that we are able to plant on time, that March 17th date. So you'll have to discuss whether we want to do that up there or not, but that's my normal start into January 1st of February. And if we do that, then we can take stuff down to the auction. The auctions actually start 15th, around the 15th of January on the Wednesday. So if we want to take anything to auction, we need to start planning it now. If we want to wait the 2 weeks and then take stuff to auction later, we can do that, or we can just take stuff for ourselves. So that's a community decision of what do we want to do. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. We've never taken anything
Okay.
to auction before, so it's kind of out of, I don't know exactly how to do that, but we have plenty of seeds.
Got a shit ton of seeds.
I was gonna say, are we starting the tomatoes no later than January 5th from seed or from cutting?
Seed.
Yeah, we usually start our seeds actually.
January 31st,
Okay, yeah, we
the end
usually
of
start.
January, 1st of February is when I start the tomato season. And both, Mac, both would be great.
I don't have any tomatoes to take cuttings from.
That's okay.
Well,
don't
then
worry about
that
it.
Okay,
answers that
then that
question, doesn't it?
means that answers that question.
Well, that
I
was why I
probably
asked.
do, but they're
if
gonna
we
be
were doing
small ones. They're
cutting.
gonna be Tom Thumbs.
We actually, we can do cuttings later in the year real easy. Cause if we start planting them, our seeds in that early, we're gonna have tomato plants that are pretty tall, way before most people start wanting them or even getting them in the ground. So what we could
Okay.
do is still start them early, get them real rooted well, and then start taking some cuttings off of the stuff we do early for rooting it for the main season, which most
So
people.
just
don't know how to
plant
do
mother
it.
seeds for us and then create clones to sell.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Yeah, if we were
Correct.
gonna take anything to auction to sell, I would say it would, based on our experience there last year, Kathy, generally what's for sale at auction is hybrids. F1 hybrids. I don't really see a whole lot of heirlooms there.
Right.
And I don't, so we would have a unique offer. We would have something very unique, and I'm not sure how it would sell at that auction, just because nobody else sells that stuff. Because they're mostly
Oh,
buying
yeah,
for,
they have they do have whole trays of heirlooms. And they're limited there, but you notice they go for higher prices too.
oh, good. We have a ton of heirloom seeds. Let's just do it.
What do you mean by limited?
You see more hybrid growth, more standard growth. The people that bring things to auction than heirlooms. They limit their heirlooms and grow mostly commercial. So our niche in the heirlooms is going to bring a higher price. Because they're also have greenhouses, whole greenhouses that are coming in to buy for their early stock to sell to other people. So the more that we can get planted and get ready to take to auction, the better. And of course, the earlier part will be pansies and flowers and different things like that. So anything we can get like that in, that's up, and that we could do now. That we
was
could
my
even
next
do
question.
right now. We could get all those
Wow.
seeds going, the flower seeds and stuff. I couldn't hear you, Mac.
My apologies, I interrupted. Can we go back to the wildflowers? Are we complete on the tomatoes for a moment? If
Yeah.
not, that's fine, we'll wait.
Yeah, we can go back.
Okay, so the wildflowers, I had a question. Is
I'm
now
fluent
the
either
time
way.
to sow seed?
say again, Mac.
Yes,
What I asked was, is now the time to sow seed on top of the snow, or should I wait for the snow to completely melt?
I was hoping they would already have been in because they go in the fall and they have to have the cold weather. And it depends on the seed. We can sow them in the pots and just keep them in a spot in the greenhouse where they're cold and keep them watered. We could even keep them outside as long as we have some kind of chicken wire or something over them. The snow is great on those.
Okay,
But I
so,
wouldn't, so on top of the snow, I would wait until you've got bare ground.
okay, so the reason I was more asking for that was because over at Melissa's house, I'm doing a large wildflower patch. However, that is good information for here, and I will write that down and make sure that's done as far as the pots and keeping them in the cold. But yeah, so the better thing for me to do on the outside wildflower patch is to wait, you said, till the snow is gone?
Yes,
Okay.
not that we won't get another snow after it. Are you sowing into raised beds? Are you sowing into pots? Because if you sow into pots at this point and keep them watered and cold, let the rain take its course and the snow take its course, just, even put them out in the back courtyard there, as long as we've got chicken wire or something covered. Or high tunnel number 1. But again, just keep it covered, high tunnel number 2, either one.
Okay. we got that. Right on.
Very good. So we could get a, now Kathy, at the auction, are they selling them in the slotted flats? Like the like the ones that have all the like just the long, like horse trough slats? Are they selling them in 4-packs or 6-packs, or what are they selling them in?
All of the above. All of the above.
I know that a lot is 5 trays, and so as long as what we take down there is in multiples of 5s, we can have as many mixtures in the lot as we want. We could just do all sorts of stuff, really. But I would say, if we
Yeah,
could
the
get
key
those-
is to get it up because they, like I said,
it would generate some cash flow.
the key is
That's
to
for sure.
get. That's true.
And
And
we
that's
do
what I
have a
was
valid
thinking. I don't know
grocery
if we can get
dealer's
them all
license
up.
at the moment, so we're good there.
That's not required for the annuals. That's just needed for the perennials.
Well, damn it, I still got that done.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Matt.
think that's awesome.
Thanks. Matt,
That's
you got your
awesome.
hand raised. Go ahead.
So, who's gonna be the one taking them to auction?
Kathy.
Kathy or me or somebody, depending on who's available.
Okay.
I kind of
Because-
floated the idea to Mom too, of like, hey, Mom, you want to go on a road trip and we'll swing by and see your grandson on the way home? Hey, Mom, come on, let's go for a road trip.
Primary is always best.
I can just imagine my mom at an Amish plant auction. She is gonna flip. Lifetime experience right there. Okay, so yeah, that'll happen. And I mean, really,
I like-
anybody can go, y'all, if y'all want to. But the van is limited. We usually, if we take Kathy's market van, usually just 2 people because the rest of the room is reserved for plants. So yeah.
And the market van just got fixed. It needs a new battery, but the linkage that was broken got fixed. We had a young man come up to visit his relatives from Honduras, happened to be a mechanic. They introduced him to it. He came over and helped Joel fix it one day.
Yay.
What an
That's
awesome chain cord of it. I mean, you couldn't have told me that in a million years. It was just awesome.
Good.
That got done and the headlight got fixed on Joel's car. So I guess I got 2 more Gregs.
Yay.
And he helped with both of them. And you know that old washing machine that was in the driveway?
Yeah.
He took the wires off that to fix the headlight in the white car.
A dude from Honduras, huh? I love it.
A dude from Honduras, a mechanic from Honduras.
Lord work in mysterious
You
ways.
talk about the need and the supply. Yep.
What next?
Okay, so is that everything? Garden committee updates?
Yeah, yes. Now we know that we're going to plant. So I'm going to get a list of plants that we need to get planted and get started.
Perfect.
And I will
Guys
post
do
that.
4-inch pots.
It depends.
Yes.
Generally, well, hang on.
Well, I
don't
should
know
have
that.
let Maggie answer that.
Yeah. Well, both Kathy and I have a bunch of 4-inch pots, like a bunch, of all different varying sizes and usabilities. So if they don't have a logo on them, if they're blank, like if they don't have anybody's logo on them, like Monsanto or something like that, right?
They're
Um,
brand new in the case.
New in the case, 4-inch pot.
Whoa!
There you go. Yeah, we totally have, we have a whole cooler full of those. Well, cases of things.
How many do you have, Jess?
I think a couple hundred, but I don't have them in front of me.
Okay, well, we could always use those if you don't have a use
Do
for
we
them.
have any round 4-inch?
Are they square or are they round, Jess? Do you know?
I don't know. There's a giant box of them sitting on Warren's porch that his ex got for something and is not going to use, and she moved out this week.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, I might
Yeah.
get somebody who can get those off your porch. So if you guys can use them, I'll pick them up next time I'm over there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. I prefer the 4-inch pots for our plant sale in the spring. I just think they make a much nicer, healthier looking plant.
Okay, I will get them to you in the next couple weeks.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
if they're
Round
new, they're
pots
gonna
work
be-
best
they're
for
gonna be
strawberries.
clean, and we're not gonna have to wash them.
Yeah. Okay, other garden committee.
So I love
updates?
that idea.
Go ahead, Kathy.
I would like to see Michael and Liz begin to post. Now, maybe I'm just not looking in the right place and because I'm not really familiar with the Google. Me too, but we need to start getting our recipes in order for our community in general, but also for our posting, like when we have people come in, even sharing amongst ourselves the recipes that we're creating. Does that make sense? Like what we have available in the greenhouse right now. We've got onions, we've got kale. Mac, you're gonna have to help me. What else do we have growing and up? Lettuces right now. I've got celery, garlic. But all those things that we've got growing right now, we need to be getting recipes that we can put out for the community. And then when we have our plant sale that we can have available then.
All right, so I'll make a list of everything that is available in our greenhouse. You'll have to give it a couple of days to recover from the cold. And then you guys can make your recipes from there, from whatever I've got. You're more than welcome to. But yeah, I can't list it all right now, but I will create a list of everything that's there and post it so that you guys can use it for your recipes, and then just come harvest it at Lightem.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Do you guys need recipes, Mac, where you are, you and Dan and, oh man, you've told me twice. But do you guys need recipes?
I mean, we wouldn't say no, but we just kind of throw things together, and it's a new discovery with every meal.
Justin, that's it.
I need guidance.